Breaking news out of the First Things First news desk. Shedeur is going to start Friday night. Browns at Panthers. Now, Shedeur was 4th on the depth chart, and we had a long discussion to start the show on if he was going to get more times with the ones, especially that they brought in, because they brought in Tyler Huntley. Yeah. We thought it was a big question mark, but that's been answered. He will start in the Browns' first preseason game. Nick, your immediate reaction. This is all courtesy of Mary Kay Cabot as well.
All right. I mean, given the circumstances, it would be disastrous if he weren't starting, because the other news is they don't want Flacco to play, and Gabriel and Pickett are hurt. Right. So, like, he hasn't been elevated, or he's 4th string, and the top 3 guys above him are unavailable. But Mary Kay's article talks about that his, the controversial training camp stats are indicative of how he's played. That by her word, he's made excellent progress, his excellent accuracy has been on display, and he's worked really hard at getting the pre-snap stuff down. What I'm curious, and that the reason they signed Huntley is because they don't want Shedeur to play all 60 minutes, and so Huntley's going to come in off the bench. The question I have for Greg is this. He has not played a single snap with the first-string offense. He hasn't thrown, a single pass in practice to Judy, Tillman, and Njoku. The guys who at least still be out there for some of the time, first drive, whatever. How difficult will that be for him, or does that not matter that much? Because this is, for him, everything that needed to happen for him to move up the depth chart has now happened. Yeah. Guys in front of him have gotten hurt and been ineffective, and he's been steady. So, those things have fallen into place.
To your point, without having those snaps and that having that chemistry and seeing how they run those routes and get in and out of their breaks, does it matter? Yes. Does it need to matter for him? No. That has to be the last thing on your mind. Right. Being efficient, getting the team in and out of the huddle, the pre-snap, having a grasp when we're watching that game. And more importantly, when those coaches are calling those plays from the sideline and you get that play call, getting your team in and out of the huddle, getting to the line of scrimmage, being able to ID what's going on defensively, get us in the right play, all those snap things that Mary is talking about in that article, if he's executing that, everything else we can deal with. We understand you're accurate. We understand you can make good throws and you'll throw the ball away and different things like that. Mm-hmm. All the other things we don't know. We're uncertain. So it's how he carries himself and how he manages the offense that is really going to be the determining factor on his ability to continue to move up when these guys get back healthy and when they're available to play. So big opportunity, huge opportunity. I don't care how you slice it, why the reasons are that he's playing. He has an opportunity to put good film on tape and, more importantly, show that he can run and manage this offense.
Yeah, look, you hate to see injuries, obviously, so we don't like the circumstances, but this is his shot.
Yeah.
This is it. I mean, I don't mean just this one game, but I'm saying this is his chance. Even though it looks like he's been practicing well, what we talked earlier, it just seems like they don't want to give him the shot to really move up. Well, they have to now. And I salute them for not. I think to start Tyler Huntley in this game would have just been it would have either been insulting or he is just light years away from being ready to play in an NFL game. And so I'm glad he's getting a start. I said earlier, maybe he plays a half, Huntley plays. If he's playing well, he's going to play 3 quarters at least.
Well, it looks like he's going to have to play a half.
Right, that's like a minimum at this point. But this is his opportunity to really distance himself from Gabriel for sure. And if you look at all 6 of their quarterbacks, he's the only one, with all due respect to Dylan Gabriel, who even remotely could be like their quarterback of the future.
That's the thing.
No one else is their guy of the future.
So and I know I think there is a 0% chance Joe Flacco is the Browns starting quarterback in 3 years. Right. 0% chance Kenny Pickett. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. I know friend of the show, Dan Lanning, will be mad at me saying this. I think 0% chance Dylan Gabriel is your franchise quarterback in 3 years. It's obviously not Snoop Huntley. It's obviously not Deshaun Watson. Even if with Shedeur, it's only 5%. it's still, to me, it wouldn't be absolutely stunning. With Pickett and Flacco, it's impossible to believe. And for me, and maybe I'm too harsh on Gabriel, it would be, and maybe I just have too much of a bias against super undersized quarterbacks, I can't see it. And so I think you know what I mean? It's not he's got a coin flip chance to be a franchise guy, but it's not zero. You know what I mean? It's not zero that it's Shedeur.
Greg, what's the absolute best case scenario? Like, I kind of want to ask you, like, can he win the job? But that seems absurd. But what's best case scenario here where it's like, whoa?
Best case scenario is he goes out and he manages the offense and he looks good. And to your point, like, can he win the job? I don't think you can't win the job when they've made up in their mind, this is the guy that's healthy,
right, when the
and he's not even playing.
And it's still preseason.
Like, Flacco's he's available, but he's
going to get noisy, though.
It's going to get noisy, but you
way.
never start with the guy that you can always go to.
Oh, that makes sense.
Especially when it's Joe Flacco. But to get back to your point of, does it matter with the chemistry of the guys? In Shedeur's mind, like, the things that he's been able to do with the talent of the guys that he's been on the field with.
Good problem.
Like, I don't care. Give me these guys. Now it's my opportunity to not only show the coaching staff, but the guys kind of already know. I've been throwing with these guys all off season. They kind of already know what I can do, but it's now my opportunity to play against another set of uniforms that aren't ours, that we've been in joint practices with. So I understand what they're doing. I've seen their defense a little bit. So there's this understand. This is the best scenario that he could be presented with.
Yep.
You're practicing against the team that you're going to play already. So you're going to face these personnel groupings, their blitz packages, if they even throw any. And so it's going to be a small, like, curve to kind of study, because no one in the first preseason game is throwing the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
No one's doing that. And so he understands that he's going to have a good game plan. They're going to pretty much shrink the offense around him. And you're going to have the best available guys that you haven't had all
Do you
camp.
think he's throwing with them, like, after practices and stuff? Is that even, a possibility? Like,
it's a possibility. I highly doubt that all those guys are staying after and they're running more routes on top of the routes that they've been running through training camp. No, we might stop. We might stand and catch. I might stand in a spot and you're throwing to a spot, running through the routes through your mind, and I'm standing in a spot.
It's a nice way of saying no.
I mean,
if I'm the fifth quarterback, I'm like, hey, Greg Jennings, can you mind run some routes for me?
It is Shedeur.
Right.
So you don't look at it the same. You just don't look at it the same.
The name on the back of the jersey.
Flip side, Greg, what's worst case scenario? What are you watching in this game where you're like, oh, I wish that didn't happen?
Ball starts delayed.
Absolutely. Again, Mary alluded to the pre-snap. If we're seeing a mismanagement of the offense, as far as getting out of the huddle late consistently, any pre-snap penalties, late adjustments,
and post-snap hanging onto the ball, and like
that part right there, I wrote that down. The fact that she alluded to him, he's been getting rid of the ball. That's huge, because when
Colorado, that hurt him.
That was the one thing that when you watched him, it was so glaring. Throw the ball away. Right. Be decisive. You're holding on to the ball too long. Even some of those hits where we say his offensive line failed him. Well, it's a part of the fact that you're holding on to the ball too much. So if he's doing those things and not forcing balls like we saw the Caleb throw, like throw those balls out of bounds, that'll be great. But worst case, he doesn't do that. Yeah, I mean.
Well, it could get
real ugly.
I mean, we could come in on Monday with like a real story, a little quarterback controversy.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.